Hey guys, that's us live. Listen, we're joined tonight by Sheriff of Buford. Aye. So he's got to beat you up if you don't subscribe to him.
Howdy. I cuff and stuff you. Watch out.
We're going to be doing a talk about battlefields and that. Joe was meant to join. I don't know, but he's disappeared to. And so was Drew's paranormal vlog. She was meant to join, but I don't know if she's got to either. So we'll just talk about. We'll wait till it fills up, and we'll talk about some stuff. So you were saying about the wrestling.
Yeah. We we had our show was an indie show. So it was independent. And we had a blast. Don't get me wrong, but I'm here to tell you that people say it's fake. It's not. You let somebody that's about 6 something hold you above their head and throw you to the mat. When you hit, tell me how fake that is. It hurts.
I've seen it. I've seen them when they've been beating each other with the chairs, and then the guy tries to climb out the ring, and he drags them back in. He keeps beating them again with the bear.
Yeah.
It's
Howdy,
crazy.
Dobby.
Who's all in the chat? Let's see. And Drew, you're meant to be in here, Drew. Dobby, hey Dobby, hey Misty Cat. Just wait. I'll post the link in the chat in case Drew sees it and she's having problems. But Scottish Outlooker, good to see you. Good to see you.
How's it going?
So we're going to be talking about battlefields tonight, and we'll talk about that ghost sighting at the battlefield too. That was amazing.
That was off the chain for sure.
You know now that life after death definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Exists. I just hope I don't get killed in a horrible way, and I'm stuck in a loop for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
That's the thing.
Is how do you know unless you've got a spirit box and you've got your K2 and you're actually getting intelligent answers and stuff back with the questions you're asking.
I mean, you think of like World War One, right? Well, let's go to the Battle of Somme and stuff like that. You think of the soldiers that could be there right now, waiting to go over the top again, and there has been sightings.
And that would be amazing to be over in somewhere like Germany, over there, and some of the battlefields over there.
Some of the
all over Europe, for that matter. Because how could it not be? Just so many people dying so quickly. And just
you think it Normandy? Look at Normandy. Where all the Americans get. A lot of thousands of Americans died, along with the British, the Canadians, and everything else.
Yeah, a mixture of everybody.
But I think more Americans died in that battle, to be honest, was it not? Because the Americans done the main offensive. Am I right?
Yeah.
They actually, the Germans.
They actually had the Americans coming in from the beach, and they were airdropping Americans behind the enemy lines too. So it was just like they were coming from both sides.
Hey, Luna.
Howdy, Mary.
Oh, there's
Boomer D. What's up?
Hello, Boomer. I mean, you think all this stuff is still buried under the ground that souls could actually be attached to. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm a metal detecting fan. I mean, big time. And I watch a bunch of metal detecting videos that do some of the battlefields in Europe, and they're finding German helmets. Live rounds that actually hit the ground and didn't go off, hand grenades, mortars, ammo. I mean, they're finding all of it.
Well, where I stay was a German prisoner of war camp in the war, and just across it, 2 miles up the road for it, is where all the American tanks and vehicles come back to get repaired before they went back again.
Right.
And there's a monument to like the Germans. I mean, it was the right bad Germans that were kept there. Like it was the SS and that, and they were the worst. They're the worst.
Yeah. It's crazy because in World War II, if they wouldn't have cut Patton's fuel off, he'd have been downtown Moscow.
I know.
That was one crazy dude, man.
I've seen the film. I've seen the film where he goes to the general. He says, "Go and give me some fuel and some more ammunition." We're getting in. He says, "No, we can't get you."
Right. He's going downtown, man. But I mean, you know, it's wild because, you know, Patton's buried over there in Germany.
That's right.
And all of his tank commanders and everything is buried in a circle around him.
He was an amazing guy, but he was a wee bit. I think he was a wee bit loopy, was he not?
He's a little bit touched, I believe.
Did they not think he was like one of the Romans or something like that? Because there was the film where he turned up and it was he's like, it was the whole Roman ruins. Have you seen that?
Right.
That film? And he goes, yes, I can see chariots, I can see wagons, sword fighting, and that. I was one of them.
Yeah. You know, and if the reincarnation thing is true, then that's a good possibility. Mm-hmm. You know, he could have been born in that era. I mean, look at the way he fought.
He was a wee bit. I mean, there was a few where he brought him back to Britain during the war, but did he not threaten a guy in the hospital because he had shell shock? Aye, he had shell shock.
Called him a coward.
Called him a coward. That's right.
And he caught a bunch of trouble from that too.
Why?
You know, and I hate it. Cool. I hate it that he was that uptight about the war. That Patton was that uptight. You know, granted, I don't take nothing away from the man because he was one heck of a commander. And when he started out to do something and set out to do it, he done it. You know.
Well, he did. He saved Britain. Fair. I mean, these people did save us for speaking German, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have won the war eventually. I mean, if it wasn't for the Americans, I don't know. I don't think we could have held up.
Well, you know, the crazy thing is where you know, people talk about Hitler being, you know, he was but he was a genius. Mm. But he was also kind of stupid too in what he did. All right, he had the means of making jets in World War II. What does he do? He cuts the funding off to it.
No.
That's long range right there. You know, what did you do that for? He's going after Russia. You know, he's going downtown Moscow. Oh, we got oil fields over here. He takes a quarter of his troops and sends them to the oil fields. He's now down a quarter. He's still marching toward, you know, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, we got to take this ammo dump over here. So he puts another quarter over there, and now he's down half his army.
I mean, Stalingrad was a total bugger up. Let's put it that way. I see if I was him, I wouldn't have attacked Russia. I would have went for the oil fields. I wouldn't have went for Stalingrad. I would have just left it at that, and I would have went for the oil fields. Because as soon as you cut off the oil supply,
you cut them off.
It's only a matter of time. They'll lose everything.
So, but yeah, and it's crazy. You know, and that's, you know, like I said, those battlefields there, if they don't have paranormal on it, there is something wrong.
There will be. I mean, let's look at the Japanese. Look at the Japanese, what the Japanese did to the British, the Australians, and the Americans. With the railway lines, was it no every railway sleeper was one dead soldier? I mean, the Japanese were bad. They were bad.
I mean, because you kill 20 and 40 is going to come at you again. Mm-hmm. You know, they're just ruthless.
I mean,
you know, and when they bombed Pearl Harbor, that's when they worried. That is when Japanese worried. They're like, uh-oh, I think we just made a mistake. And they found out real quick. Yep, we're fighting the Germans, but we'll come after you too. What do you want?
That, honestly, sea attack in Pearl Harbor, that was the biggest, the worstest in the world. Biggest mistake, because America pounded them and they thought they were invincible because of their army. No, America was look at the ships it had, the aircraft carriers. That was the biggest mistake ever. Chris, you're welcome to join us on the 16th. What's happening, Boomer, on the 16th, if you can? There's Boomer D saying something. Chris, you're welcome to join us on the 16th if you can. What is it?
He's going to do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Boomer. But I think he's going to do a birthday live, and he's going to try to do 24. He's going to set it for 12, but he might push on and try to do 24.
I might pop in. Yeah.
Howdy, Misty Cat.
Hey, Misty. How are you, Luna?
Howdy, Nicole. Sorry I missed you when you came in. Sorry about that.
What's the ship that's in Pearl Harbor? I bet you that's got a few spirits in it.
Arizona.
The Arizona, and it's upside down, isn't it?
No, it's right side up.
It's right side up.
It's sank straight down.
I heard a story about that.
There is one that did roll over.
Yeah, I heard the story.
But the Arizona is actually right side up.
It was on the Discovery Channel, and it was about these two sailors when it got hot and it rolled onto its side. One of them managed to squeeze out a porthole, and the others couldn't.
Yeah, there were men with torches and everything else on the hulls of those ships trying to cut through them, trying to get everybody, trying to get people out. And I mean, that's a thick hull you're trying to cut through with a torch.
Well, talking about that, it's quite interesting because my father's father, he was in the Navy during World War II, and it was an aircraft carrier. I think it was that Royal, can't remember. One of the big aircraft carriers, and there was a few people killed on the deck with the Zeros coming in.
Yeah,
and just hitting the gun emplacements. I mean, see these places, they'll be full of spirits.
Yeah,
full.
My dad was in World War II also. He was in the Navy.
Aye.
And of course, when World War II was over, he was in Korea. So he went one to the other.
the Korean War. That's right. I'm forgetting about that. The North Koreans and the South Koreans. Then there was the Vietnam. Then there was Vietnam, which was no a good idea.
And the thing about it is I don't condone what happened, but I have the respect of the troops because I mean they were doing what they were told, and that's all you can say. People treated them bad, and I mean they still do. But
I think it's shocking how soldiers are treated now. I think every serviceman should be treated with respect because he's fighting for your freedom. He's fighting.
Oh yeah, even though we're not at war, he's still protecting your rights to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these First Amendment crap that people are doing that they're throwing under freedom of speech and all this other mess. No.
I know it's you've no idea the amount of homeless in the UK. That's actually 90% of them are ex-service.
There's a bunch of veterans that are homeless in the United States.
It's actually sickening, and the younger generation don't realise. Hey, beep beep. The younger generation don't realise they don't really teach World War II anymore at the schools.
Oh, they're trying to even get out of the Civil War.
Oh, I know. I was teaching the Civil War at the school, and I come from the UK.
Hey, I would. I mean, I do my videos, and if they don't like it, that's just tough. This is a part of my heritage, and I'm going to show my heritage.
Exactly.
And I'm not showing now. Granted, I live in the South of the United States. I'm not showing just the southern part of that war.
Yep.
I'm showing both sides because that's the way it needs to be shown. Mm-hmm. I caught flack. I put a video up. It was 54th Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
It's an all-colored regiment.
That's right. Was a film made about them?
Yeah, it was Glory was the name of the movie.
That's it. Aye.
And I did a little piece on YouTube. I put a video out on the 54th Massachusetts, and hey, they need to be recognized just like everybody else does. I mean, that was the man that was put in charge, Robert Gould Shaw.
Yeah.
He took this on and said, "Yeah, I think I need to do this." Mm-hmm. No, he wasn't pushed into it. But he actually accepted taking on the regiment, and he trained them.
I've seen the film, and it's heroic. Let's just put it that way. It's heroic. That fort
Um,
never fell, didn't it? No, until the end of the war. That fort
that's
could
right.
never be took.
And the crazy thing is I've read bunches and bunches on that while I was getting ready to do the video, and his parents were asking for his body back, Shaw, and he said you won't get his body back because he's buried with his
Yeah, it was filmed soon.
unappropriate word. And I looked at that statement and I'm like, really,
I know.
really, you're going to print that, where people can read it. Granted, that's what they said, but let's tone it down. This is not the appropriate time to be trying to put something like that out. But that's what they said, and it really stinks that they wouldn't, try to find where he was buried at.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the film and I watched one of the coloured guys was actually his friend.
Yeah.
And he says to him, he says, "Listen, I have to treat you like I have to treat all the other soldiers." I can remember that film. It was actually on a couple of weeks ago, and they nearly made it. They nearly made it, but that fort was just too heavily defended.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got inside. I give them that. At least they made it inside the fort. But it's just, once they made it inside, they didn't know what to expect. They had cannons inside to protect also. So
I mean, have you ever been to that fort? I bet you
no,
that's.
I haven't been to it,
I
but
bet
I would
you it's
like to.
heavily. I bet it's heavily. You can visit the graves, the fallen.
Oh, I'd
I mean,
love to go to that particular beach and just walk up and down the beach with a camera and a spirit box.
have you ever seen? I mean, obviously, knowing that video came with the ghost run about. Have you ever seen Wine with Your Own Eyes?
No, I haven't.
No.
I haven't yet. Um,
Uh,
it might startle me, but I'm not going to run.
I'd be startled too
I've
if
I've
somebody a soldier
actually
jumped out of a
I
bush.
did the I did the live, and I I they were seeing stuff and telling me about it, but I turned around and was looking and had my light pointed in a particular area, and someone said there is something standing there, but right there in the tree line, and I was looking. Well, I didn't catch it when they said it. I'm sitting here and I'm concentrating on this, and then I saw it move back, but I didn't get a good look at it. So I hadn't really, like, here in front of me. I haven't really seen, just right here, but I saw
mean,
that.
I just, as I said before, the live was. I feel so sorry for the soldiers that are trapped there.
Yeah.
It's as if they're like, "Oh, I've killed somebody. I've killed my fellow man, and I don't want to get in the light in case I'm judged." Kind of thing.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
what about some of them that had to kill their own brother
Yeah,
or their own
because.
father? So I mean, that's a terrible thing. These most people don't get, how close these fellas were when they were actually firing. I mean, they could literally see each other's eyes when they were shooting
Because it
each
was
other.
muskets. It was muskets mostly. Was it more the end of the war? They seen the kind of Enfield rifles. Am I right?
Well, they had the
The
Sharps
repeaters.
repeater,
Aye.
the Burnside repeater. Um, so you got, I think there was 7 or 8 rounds that you could
Yep.
load in those,
Because I
and that
ken
was
because
about halfway through the war.
and did the is it? Am I right in thinking that the officers had the powder pistols? Again, maybe the 6 rounds, but it was
Yeah,
powder
yeah,
caps.
they had the pistol. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually used to have one, but I gave it to
I
my
know.
son.
I've actually friends on YouTube with a guy. I don't know if he'll be in the chat tonight, and he does. He's in North Dakota. His name's Tracy. There you go. There's a shout out for you. And he does. He's got the powder gun. He's got the. I can't remember what make it is. It's quite a famous make, but he was showing you how to prime it and load it. I mean, could you imagine can you imagine shooting folk, right? And then you're having to load while they're marching towards you.
Oh, well, think of it this way. You're on both sides now.
Mm-hmm.
How close they were shooting the muskets, and they were loading. An actual man could discharge his weapon and load 2 more times within 60 seconds.
Wow.
So he's
That's
getting off 3 shots in 60 seconds.
and so is the enemy.
Yeah. So you think, they're I'm going to say they're probably 65, 70 yards from each other, if not closer.
Did they ever use exploding cannonballs?
Yeah. They use solid shot, they used grape shot, which what that is it's a round, let's see. It's about that big around, about the size of a golf ball, and it'd be inside this one round. And when it exploded, it just shower it down on everybody.
Because I was watching a program about that, how they've actually found some of them intact that have no been off.
Oh yeah, there's a guy that I watch on YouTube. His name is Aqua Chigger, and he has got unexploded rounds from the Civil War, actual cannonballs or parrot shells and stuff like that. Yeah.
See, that's amazing. I mean, what was the big boats? Was it the South that used them? The boats, the armored boats.
Oh, both sides had them.
Was it both?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just the South that you had them for the Mississippi and stuff.
The North had them and the South had them, and there was actually a big battle. They were called the Ironclad.
That's right.
What the ships were called, and they what was it? One of them was called the Ironside.
That's right. I seen a program about it and how the bullets were just pinging off it.
Oh yeah, it's the way that they had them built that a cannonball couldn't come straight in and hit it because it would deflect.
It would deflect straight off the side of the metal. Yeah. It was that. Was it no a bit that thick or something? I'm amazed that they could float. I'm amazed at the technology they had then.
It was amazing to see. And I mean, they found one of them off the coast of South Carolina.
Wow, it made it that far.
Yeah, it's actually there's actually one somewhere around South Carolina that they've actually found that's sank.
Do you think? Here's an interesting question. Do you think if they'd won at Gettysburg, do you think they would have won the war, the South?
Well, let me pose this to you. You know they had Grant and Lee were at Appomattox. Okay.
Aye.
Well, Grant sent the word to Lee to come to Appomattox for the surrender. Well, the surrender wasn't for the South to be surrendering. It was for Grant. Grant was surrendering to Lee.
Mm.
But being the gentleman, Grant let him speak first, so Lee surrendered.
What I've heard is that was it General? Is it Longstreet? I don't know how his name is, but there was one of the generals. He's like, "Let's take them. We can take them," and that ended the war for them when they lost. Because it was just a card effect after that.
It was actually Lee was trying to pull back when Longstreet and Pickett and who else? Hood and there's one more. It's left me, but these generals were saying, no, we can take them. We've got them on the run. We need to keep pushing. Mm-hmm. And Lee said, no, we're losing too many too fast. So they stopped, backed up, regrouped, and then that's about the time that Pickett's charge came into play. And General Pickett lost every man except himself.
Good God.
And he was walking back. He didn't even have his horse.
Good God. How many men died that day?
Oh, God, there's I'd have to look it up. I can't come off the top of my head with it, but I mean, it was thousands.
Hey, Drew, how are you?
Hello, Drew.
How are you?
Me okay,
Aye, we can hear you fine. We just,
good.
Howard, have you got any questions you would like to ask Sheriff about battles or anything like that? It doesn't make it about battles. You could ask him a spiritual question if you want.
No, but just wait till I settle down and then I'll ask. Not a problem. I was just saying hi at chat. I'll definitely ask a few questions. Like, do you ever hear things like cannonballs and things like that? You know, I know you've heard like muskets and things. Well, that's what it sounds like to me. But have you ever heard like cannonballs going off and things like really big explosions?
Cannons.
Aye.
I hadn't, I hear the cannon fire, but don't hear the actual exploding round.
Right.
I've heard the actual gunshots too.
Do you stay quite close to the battlefields?
Yeah, I'm about 4 miles.
All right. So you will hear quite a bit.
Then.
I bet in your local town, I bet there's a lot of stories.
The town that I grew up in was called Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia.
Right.
And I lived less than a mile from it when I lived there.
Ooh.
So I'm not moved too far.
Right.
As
kids, did you see people in the woods and things and just take it as granted because you've always knew about the battles?
Yeah, I mean I've grown up around it, and I've constantly gone there. I know roads in there right now that people probably don't even know that's been here all their life.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you're only 4 miles away, surely there've been some pockets of fighting near where you stay.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, Chris. Look, there'll be a lot of activity that close. I mean, the spirits will wander right away down, won't they? They'll get curious and wander down.
There's the link to your channel. Could you please go and give him a subscribe, guys?
To your question,
how many?
On the Battle of Gettysburg, there was a total of 23,049 total. Out of that was 3,155 were killed, 14,529 were wounded, and 5,365 were captured or missing.
Well, you see how that energy's still there then, that's why, isn't it? And I bet you a lot of them weren't named.
I mean, you think of the dark energies that's there.
Yeah.
Keeping the souls there, because they would have been attacked.
Oh, that'll be their dream, They'll control that area for sure.
There will be dark energies there.
I've actually got one spot that I've been called to, and I haven't put it. I haven't done it yet, but I keep getting pulled to do this one particular area, and it's a grave, and it's actually a Confederate soldier that died there, and I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Connect, my spirit box, and I'm going to try to see what all I can catch.
Oh, definitely. I think you'll get a lot, because that last time you did it, you heard a lot.
Yeah, so I think you will. I mean,
I'll check it, Shell. I think it's got about another hour to go before
do you ever do a prayer beforehand?
Yes. Aye. I always do a prayer before I start my spirit box, before I even turn it on. And then once I turn it off, I kneel down in the battlefield and say another prayer with the spirit box off and for the soldiers.
Right.
What do you think about it? I mean, you don't want them following you home.
That, Chris, it's a case of because once you're there speaking to them, they get kind of like it. Most of them will like you talk to them, won't they? It says 17 minutes remaining, but it'll not be that.
I mean, you give them respect, because they have.
I have mad respect for those guys. Mad respect.
I know,
and I let them know. I let them know when I'm there too.
Some of them were so young when they went to battle that they didn't even get a chance to live.
As young as 12 years old.
See? I mean, what did they know about fighting?
Now,
fighting for.
your younger kids were basically your drummers and
Yes,
stuff
sir.
like that.
Right.
I mean, think
But
about it.
still,
You hear the
you know, they
drums and
tried
things
to
out there.
they'd try to send them back to the back, but you know, if the war broke out before they could get them back there, then you know they're gonna pass away too. I mean,
Gonna,
Exactly. Do you
I
hear
mean,
the drums and things, Sheriff? When you're
I haven't heard the drumming.
right.
I may not be in the right area for it, but
Right.
I haven't heard it.
think
You
of
probably will at some point. Just
Well,
maybe
think
just
of the-
make that
think of
connection.
this-
Sorry, I've
think
not
of-
said hello to everybody, guys. Hi, Paranormal World. Sheriff. Hi,
think
Sheriff.
of the
Hi,
think of
Sherry.
the civil. Think of the other war, the Independence War between the English and the
I know, see,
Americans.
there's all that as well,
No,
Chris.
I mean, there was drummer boys in that. I know that
Yeah.
because I've seen the films. I've seen all the films. I mean, there's that film. What was his name? Revolution. It was called. That America. I can't remember the guy's name. Was it no Al Pacino? It was the other one. It was I'll come to me, but
Robert De Niro.
that's it. Robert De Niro. Was it no Robert? No, it wasn't him. But it was a film called Revolution. You imagine the amount of death. I mean,
Yeah.
the British slaughtered them at the start.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if you watch Patriot, that'll give you an eyeful of how they fought, you know. And
Is that a good representation of it?
you have to you think about all of these men that were on the U.S. side that were trained under the English side,
Right.
and
Okay.
so they're fighting the same battle the same way. That's
Right.
when the Americans finally said, okay, well, we need militia. So, and we need somebody that's going to be ruthless.
Mhm.
Right.
And then that's when that came about.
Mel Gibson.
See the cavalry as well. I mean, I don't know much about American history, but I know with watching films and things, I think the cavalry, they get kind of sent into a lot of the battles as well, didn't they? I don't know if they were bad or good, but what
Was
I've
it no the
picked
British
up
just used
out
the
of
cavalry?
films is like the cavalry come in to split a lot of it up. Or is
Yeah.
the cavalry a separate?
I did a video on Mosby's Rangers, and
Right.
he was a commander of cavalry
Right.
for the Civil War.
So they classed as
And-
kind of heroes.
Yeah, this man, he held out. He was one of the last commanders that surrendered.
Right.
One of the
Really?
last ones. So he
Yeah.
held out all these months and months, even after Lee had surrendered. He was still fighting,
Right.
That's right.
Right.
and he never got captured. His guys never got captured because he disbanded them.
Right. I heard about there was brothers. I can't even remember what paranormal investigation it was. I was watching it. It was something to do with war. I didn't remember what channel it was. And there was one brother was for one side and one brother was for the other side. And the family home ended up getting turned into like some sort of hospital or something.
Yeah, in the Civil War, you had brother against brother, father against son. So you could be standing across from your father and kill him.
What was
Because
that?
I think it was something like that. That's what ended up kind of happening at the family home.
What was that called? It was a series that had that guy, that famous actor. It was in Ghost. What was it? Was it the North and the South?
Patrick Swayze.
The blue and the gray. The blue and the gray.
I've not watched that. I'll need to watch it. I like all the films. They're interesting.
Yeah, it comes to Civil War films. I'm pretty up to date on them.
And that was.
What about the ones with Indians and things? Is there a lot of like? Do you hear a lot of like Indian spirits out there as well, or was that not where the Indians were?
I think on my live that I did, I think that we actually had some of the slaves coming through,
right?
That were trying to talk, and I think some of the women that were actually doing the nursing thing were trying to talk.
Right.
Not sure, but it's what it sounded. What I was getting from it.
and try to tell you the story, what they
Yeah.
perceived it as to be like. See, that's
Good to
interesting because a lot of them will have a different version of the soldiers, you know, like some of the people that tended to the wounds. I mean, I heard that in some of the big houses, they were having to chuck limbs out the windows and things because
Yeah,
they were
they
having
bandaged them up, they chopped them off.
They're just to keep chucking them out the windows, Chris, because there was that
I know.
many of them lost limbs and things.
I mean, they were using bone saws and everything with no medication.
So it would be really interesting.
The only thing they had to use to knock them out was ether. You know,
Can you imagine
and
how severe that was? Getting your legs sawed off while awake with no pain meds.
All they had was whiskey, wasn't it?
and I mean, people were, you know, you got took to the hospital for a bullet wound, and you're hearing people scream because they're getting limbs cut off.
Yeah.
And they're wide awake.
So
I mean, that's just the nasty side of that battle. I mean, it's just I can't say any more about that. I mean, it's just the nasty side of it. If you look at some of the videos that I put out, you will see dead bodies on the battlefield.
Yes.
I'm not holding back. I mean, people need to see what this is about, and I'm not going to hold back. You don't want to watch it, don't watch it.
No,
there's a disclaimer that says, "Hey, this is in here. You better watch out."
Aye.
Listen, guys, remember, share your links. You're allowed to share your links in here. I'm sharing Buford. I'm sharing your channel there, my friend, so you can get some.
I don't know how to do it.
I appreciate
it.
It's,
but I don't, and the thing is, I don't claim to be an expert on battlefields.
No, that's better,
I don't claim to be an expert on paranormal either.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Because then when you go to these places and then you can compare it to the history, and even if you get names, that's interesting even more. If you get names and then pair
that's
it
the
up.
thing you don't get much of. That's the thing you don't get much of. That is battlefield ghost investigations. You don't really get that.
No.
We've had a professional team that come out here and said, "No, it's not haunted."
Oh,
I proved in 2 videos, a live stream and a video.
They were maybe too scared at how many spirits there really was.
Well, sat in the van.
The government's going to deny it. They don't want a bunch of people out there ghost hunting and all that stuff. I get it. But it ain't going to stop me. I've been here all my life. I'm going to do it.
Quite right there. Well, you're maybe helping these souls that are lost there. Maybe because you're doing videos. Maybe because you're doing videos and you're basically saying this man died here, this battle here, and they'll see that and they'll think, oh, I can cross
Something might not be
my story's
named.
been told.
Yeah.
Some of them would never ever get named, and maybe Sheriff will come across a name, and that'll be good enough for that spirit to cross over because he's been recognised as he was one of the people that died in that war.
What's that?
My video that I did on Mosby's Rangers, which was John Mosby, he requested that I do a video about him.
Oh.
His spirit had asked me to do a video, and it was through another friend of ours, Misty Mountain, 1967, and she sent word to Mary. Mary sent it to me, and I mean, I didn't even have to think about it. It was just pow, I done it. I mean, I was on a private chat with Mary, and I was sitting here looking up information all about it while we were sitting here chatting.
Well, think about it. In a sense, you're helping him cross once his story has been told.
Well, now here's the thing. I did the video. I put it out. She started watching it, and she started crying.
Right, too much for her.
John was standing behind her, watching this, and his men were passed over.
Wow.
Just by the video.
I mean, that's why you do what you do, because that's what it's all about, is to help the spirits and help the people.
And I get choked up about it when I talk about it, because I'm honored that the man thought enough of me to ask me to do it.
Ask you. Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing, my friend, because you should do it more as much as possible, because the more souls you cross, You know,
Mhm.
nobody knows.
But
They'll
it
know
is,
the,
it's all
they'll know the
help.
lost.
Thanks, Luna.
Aye, thanks, Luna.
There's the one grave out there is that I know of, and it is marked, and it's got a little fence around it. You know, they took care of it really well.
Yes.
And his name is Private John Ingram, and he died the first day of the battle.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know if it was like how far into the battle that he passed away, but he did die the first day of the battle.
And I bet there's a lot of them died the first day too. I bet there was a few. So that's pretty
Imagine
interesting.
quite a few.
Aye.
Let's see.
I mean, it's really hard to think about the death or the death. I have
Boomer?
heard. I mean, there was. Hey, Boomer.
I don't usually see
I-
Boomer until like 2 or 3 in the morning. It's weird to
He's
see
been
him
in.
at 10
He's been
o'clock
in
at
since.
night.
No, he's been in since I started. He's
Oh,
been
yeah,
in since
I've
I
not
started.
seen you comment. Usually I
Um,
don't see Boomer until I'm on Mary's Live at 3, 4 in the morning.
I've seen a program once,
Good
and
pal.
there was actual reports about the ground being red with the blood.
Aye, I heard that as well. And the river or something as well was running red.
The casualties at Chickamauga, which is the battlefield that is close to me,
Yep.
the one that I go to.
Uh-huh.
The Confederate casualties numbered close to 20,000.
Good God.
The Union suffered 16,000. So that's
36,000.
36,000 men in this one battle that
And I
were
bet
casual.
half people would have been friends at some point if it hadn't been just for the Civil War.
You imagine. Let's just take
What
some
were they
bad
actually
entities.
fighting over? But what were
The
they?
North and the
what was
South.
why were they fighting?
Is it slavery?
This is where the misconception of the Civil War comes in.
Mhm.
No, it was not over slavery. It had nothing to do with slavery. The South wanted to be its own entity and
Yes.
represent itself. That's all it was. They wanted it was just basically money and politics is basically what it is. And what happened is the South says, no, we're not joining your union. We're going to be our own entity. We're going to have our own government. We're going to govern ourselves and be done with it. Well, that didn't fly. That didn't fly. So here we go. We're at war.
Did the Union no take the Texas? Did Texas no? Because Texas used to be its own country, didn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, and then they took that. I mean, in theory, Texas should be a different. If you
Right.
think about it.
That's true. 'cause it was
And
4th state or something, 51st state.
you know, it's funny that most people get the misconception that they started the Civil War because it was slavery. No, it wasn't nothing to do with it.
Fair that-
Slavery did not come into play until Lincoln's second year of his second term.
So it was all to do with money and power then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just the South wanted to be its own government, and the northern government didn't want that to happen.
Well, they wanted their money, didn't they? Because the South was
Yeah,
famous
that's
for their cotton mills and their
So but the money
we had
tobacco and
the cotton fields, tobacco. You know, cotton was our biggest thing here.
Blessed be you too, Sherry.
Was it no whiskey tea? Because you make whiskey tea in the South, didn't you?
Well, I mean, you know, it's basically all over. I mean, that's a thing that came with the immigration. You know, people migrating to the United States, learning to make whiskey from Ireland, Scotland, all of these different places. You know, that's where that came in. Is then. But yeah, I mean, they did. You know, George Washington was making his own. He has his own recipe of moonshine. Yes, he does.
My friend in North
People
Carolina
still make moonshine, don't they? I've seen that on a couple of YouTube videos that people still make moonshine.
It still flows like water around here.
People prefer that to even whiskey and things. It's just what you're brought up with, isn't it?
I'm not naming names, but I was talking to one of my good friends in North Carolina the other day, and he says, I'm sitting here with a jar right now.
I had to do that, Chris. A couple of the
Yeah.
people I've talked to on YouTube's the same.
It's
They just like what they like, and there you go.
What does it taste like? 'Cause I kind you get different kinds. You get, what is it? You get banana, didn't you? You get
Aye.
banana.
well, see, when it's fruit, it's considered brandy.
Right.
When it's
Watch
just
when you get it, it'll go fast.
just the basis of actual moonshine is corn,
Corn,
sugar,
aye.
and yeast. And that's it.
Hate in a copper still.
I
No,
got this. Look,
Stainless. They use stainless. They use copper.
Yeah.
It just whatever they could get their hands on as
I've
far
seen-
as
I've seen
good
the
metal.
moonshiners. I've seen the moonshiners on TV.
Yeah, make the
But that's-
submarine stills.
I've seen it. You've got to remember that moonshiners is kind of fake because I was actually it was a program about it. See how they go and sell it illegally. It's actually
I
just
bet.
water because they're
Yeah,
not allowed
yeah,
to.
yeah. They're not gonna put that out there.
No.
And if you notice, they'll show you how to make moonshine too, but they don't tell you the measurements.
Yes.
No, they'll not tell you the secrets. No chance.
I've heard it's meant to be very beneficial for after a wee while you don't feel your face.
Oh man, I'm here to tell you. Now, if it's made right, you can drink it like water, literally.
What?
You can literally take a swig and it's as smooth as water.
Right.
You don't get the heating and the burning until it hits your stomach. That's when you start feeling the warmth and all that. Yeah, if it's made correctly, you can drink it just like water.
Oh my god! Because I've heard the folk making it, and it's not turned out quite right. Because people do make it in this country too, you know. I mean,
Maybe you go blind.
I've
Probably if you don't do it
I've
properly.
heard the people
Well,
take it.
that comes from the actual equipment they're making it in.
Mm-hmm.
When they go from after they fermented it out and they go to distilling, that's where it gets dangerous. You know,
Right.
you have to use copper because the copper gets all of those impurities out of that.
Right.
Aye.
Stainless steel will do the same thing, but
Mhm.
some of the people that use stainless steel, somewhere in some part of that steel, there's going to be copper.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So it just
Copper's
gets
in-
all the impurities out.
Copper's an expensive stuff now. Copper's actually thought of.
Shell
No,
back
we-
I don't think we'll be getting moonshine hen. I think we'll stick that Parma Violet stuff that we might
I
try.
I can actually build a
Oh,
steel
and
with
Jill.
with copper in it and everything for about $250.
That's
Look at the
actually
wee
quite
cat.
good
Look
deal.
at the wee cat behind you. It's cleaning
I would
itself.
like to see the right process, no the process that moonshiner showed you, because that's not the real.
Mark and Digger, they actually trained under Popcorn Sutton, which he was one of the top moonshiners back in the day, and they have some of his recipes.
My friend in North Carolina knows the guy Tickle. You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
Because they actually make it not far from him.
Yeah.
And
Wait, I'm just replying back to you in
You know,
chat, guys.
I would like to try it actually. They say it's meant to be, if it's done right, you know. It's
Yeah, I
no-
mean, if it's done right,
Aye.
you can't beat it, and it makes good medicine too.
I feel
Good
that
cough medicine.
that's what my
I
friend
will
takes it
bet
for.
that
He
helps a
takes it
lot
for the
of
cold.
people.
He
Colds,
takes
aye.
it. Aye. I mean, you think of the people in the battlefields that took it to get rid of
Yeah.
the pain.
Well, there
yeah.
you go. That was all they had, wasn't it? That was their
Was it the-
anesthetic.
Was it the 1920s or the 1930s when the prohibition came in? Is that when they
Yeah.
stopped, made it illegal?
Chicago was bad for
Yeah.
That's right.
for
All
it
the
was
underground passages,
Al Capone, biggest
Aye.
bootlegger there was.
and it was moonshine. I
Yeah,
mean,
and it wasn't. But the thing about it was it wasn't coming out of the United States. What his was. His was coming out of Canada.
that's right. That's right. that's
Well,
right. That
shows they were all doing it. You just need some potatoes. That's why they make
No,
it.
There you go. Make
Potatoes.
vodka.
No, you got it wrong. Moonshine is made for corn. Potato
Oh,
peels. Potato peels make vodka.
Yep.
There you go. See,
And
I'm quite a
agave.
knowledge person when it comes to these.
And
matters.
agave makes tequila.
every day.
That's right. That's right. I've tried the beer making kits, but I wasn't very successful. You know.
I make my own beer, so I don't buy mine.
I didn't drink. I never have. I just like playing about with stuff like that. I never drink. I don't.
I make my own beer because I like it better. It tastes better than store bought.
Good.
Yeah.
It's probably better for you.
It's not. The store bought's it's been put through filters and after filter after filter after filter after filter, and it's crystal clear. The stuff you make here, it's going to be a little cloudy, and it's not going to hurt you.
Well, that's what they used to. That's what they used to feed in the medieval times. Everybody drank beer.
Yeah.
And the last of the stuff, like the stuff that had been, what do you call it, the hops that had been used that many times was used to make children drink it.
Yeah.
Because the water wasn't safe. The water wasn't safe, and that's what they.
I bet the rains were good for it to about that kept the rains nourished.
When do you plan, Sheriff, going again, ghost hunting? Staying alive?
I don't know about. I'm not going to be able to do a live stream because I can't afford it. I can't afford the actual permits to do it.
How much is that?
$150 for one day.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
See,
I can go all day long and ghost hunt all I want. As long as I'm moving around from spot to spot. Now, and it's going to be hard to do a live moving from spot to spot, just having to keep cutting it on, cutting it off, cutting it on, cutting it off, So it's easier just to go ahead and make a video.
Why not take somebody with you? So as you could keep it live, they could hold it while you're in the car. Go to spots.
Well, I've got a friend of mine that says he wants to go, so we'll see.
That way you could. I know it would be. How far apart would you be?
Some are a couple of miles. Inside the park, which is no big deal. I mean, you get to see the scenery going from spot to spot.
Some folk like that.
And of course, you can hear us jaw jacking and being ignorant and everything too. So
I would just film it anyway because sometimes Spirit talks on camera anyway, and you would hear them.
I would
just go film it. Just go walk around and film.
You know what you could do, and it would be quite clever. You could get one of your friends to do it. You could set up your live in your house, and when you get to the battlefield, you connect to that live. You get me?
Yeah, that's what I did in my live. Right. I started it here and had Mary and Beth come up on panel, and then I drove to the battlefield.
That's right. So you did the other week there.
And did that way. And
I didn't even think about that. So I can stop it and say I'll be right back. Go to the next spot and click it back on.
There you go. That's a brilliant idea.
Then maybe I won't get in trouble because I'm moving.
That's it, isn't it?
I think that's ridiculous. $150.
That's terrible. They know how to make money.
Well, it's the government's way of keeping all this ghost hunting and stuff like that to a minimal.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go out to the park, the first thing I do, if I see trash, I pick it up and I put it in my truck. That's how much respect I have for these soldiers. Don't be trashing up my battlefield.
No, it's the same here. It's the same here. There's masks lying everywhere.
I've noticed that, Chris, that there's masks. See, it's outside our local shop. There's masks everywhere in the bushes. A lot. People just chucking them.
I went to a remote place today in my car. Right, somewhere where you don't get many people, and there was a mask hanging from a tree in the middle of nowhere. Where does it?
The squirrels need it.
In there, and I'm like,
maybe the squirrels were using it.
I mean, it was an old railway track for the 1800s, and I'm like, there's been no trains along here for 60 years.
Right.
I don't even think the line's there anymore because it cuts off at the gown and it's all fields.
It's just all the metal track's been took away, but you can still walk it, so which is good. But you get ignorant people there. That's what they do. They drop their ladder.
I know.
You know.
That's something.
I used to do it.
I really get burned up on that. I see trash. It just makes me mad.
I know there's no need for that.
And I'm walking around talking to myself and cussing, because these people are being so crazy and dropping their trash, and I'm going on about it to myself, because that's the only one there is me.
Well, the spirits will hear you.
What pisses me off is when I get into a graveyard and I see rubbish lying everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Aye. My local one's just up the road. I've got a lot of family in there. And the last time I went to my family grave, there was a cigarette packet lying on the grave. I mean, how ignorant can you get?
I know.
My son will go visit my mother and dad's grave, and his grandmother and great grandmother and great grandfather, and great uncle, and he smokes. But he'll crush the cigarette out and put the butt in his pocket.
See, I do that for my way. I always take it with me.
Exactly.
You've got to, it's disrespectful.
He's 31 and he's got enough sense to do that,
It's just some people are ignorant. It's just you get the ignorant ones,
People just don't think. They're so self-absorbed that they don't think, don't care.
What's that? Lunar eclipse. They had kids and life models that change had he. You want to come up, Lunar? You can come up if you want, Lunar.
And we'll take questions too if anybody wants to ask any questions. I mean, I'll answer the best I can.
After Liam was 38. So I'm 48 now. Liam's 12.
Yeah.
I'm old.
There's the invite there, Luna. Come in if you want.
It's not
much. Is anybody?
I'm older than you. I guarantee you, I'm older than you, Drew.
I mean,
not that much a bit.
You would think all the stuff that's buried at the battlefields. And see how you're talking about.
Did you talk about? You were 35 when you had your first son, nearly 40 when you had your last.
That's
interesting to know that. I had your Kerry when I was 16, and then I had Liam when I was, what did I say there?
You were 16 when you had Kerry.
Aye. Yeah. I fell pregnant at 16, and by the time I was 17, I'd had her. Aye. That's it. And then I had Liam 18 years later. So it felt like to having two children. Families. Honestly, it feels like I've been lived two lives.
I've got a 31-year-old son, and I've got a daughter that's fixing to be 20 in November.
Right.
I don't have any.
I started over.
I started up and then stopped and then started again when I was older.
God. Children.
Don't get me wrong. I was not in between.
Is there any questions you want to ask, Sheriff? Lunar, why don't you come in? Here's the link.
I'll answer the best I can.
I just think it's dead interesting at the battlefields. You see that one Chris put up? I don't know, was it you? I think it was you who sent it to. Was it no?
What was
the
it?
The one with the ghosts at the battlefield.
I sent that to Sheriff.
Sheriff, that's what I'm saying. That was really interesting.
Oh, I watched it. I know 50 times before I ever decided I was going to share it.
Aye, because you're just disbelieving. You're like, is this real? Sure, that's real. It's as if they're hiding behind that monument. They just kept running hiding.
Yeah, I showed it on Mary's Live.
See the ghost standing next to the cannon?
I think they must be that used to people coming there. And they're just like a bit like, we'll give them a show.
Absolutely amazing that. That's one of the best sightings I've ever seen.
I couldn't
Oh
believe
yeah,
what?
it was awesome. It was definitely an awesome video.
And I'm
And
going
you
to read
got
that tonight.
the Sun,
I go
the
to-
American Sun, obviously, newspaper.
No, I go to out the British Sun, and then I sent it to
British
Sheriff.
Sun,
Aye.
It's
Was
really
it was it the Sun or was it the Mirror? I think it
The,
was the Mirror.
it was the Sun that you sent me.
That's the best. But there you go.
Aye, it's interesting. That was really good. That was really clear. And then I think it was Boomer that came in and he was like, "What?" And he was like,
Yeah.
He was like, "What?"
But it's amazing to see that's technology now.
It's
See, that's
clear.
technology.
Aye, it's definitely the clearest I've ever seen.
I mean, you think of the technology that's in the cars now with their dash cams.
But do you
people
think
will
that
realise.
people that took that seen that, or do you think that was shown only on the camera when they went home?
I think they've seen it.
You think
They had to.
The guy
To
jumped on his
stop.
brakes. Aye.
Well, I true. They stopped to film, didn't they? Aye, they must have seen it. So it was clear as anything. They spirits wanted to be seen because usually you wouldn't see them. They were putting on a show.
I don't know that. I think it's a repeat. I think it's just ghosts that's doing the repeat over and over again. Oh, look who's coming on.
But no, really, because that one
Well,
kept hiding. He kept looking and then running away and hiding. So
But
I don't
maybe
know.
wasn't he? He was maybe like
Residual
looking for
energy.
the target.
Well, could be. Aye, true.
Hey Luna, how are you tonight, Luna?
No.
I don't know what I'd add to
Howdy,
this.
Mary.
I
What
don't
do
know
you
much
think,
about
Luna?
the battlefield.
What you,
That's okay, as long as you're here, Blade, and that with us, that's fine.
got a question for you, Luna. Is my house guest tonight here?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how we wanted you.
I was just going to say hi, Robert.
That's
I
how we wanted you.
I thought he was there because I could feel something, hadn't I?
Honestly, could you?
Mm-hmm.
Right, try and
Okay.
sense where you think he is. Go on.
He's right ahead of me. He's
He's standing by your door, where he's always at.
Ask him to come
his head,
forward
so to
and
speak.
lean over the shoulder till we see him. See if he'll come and go on the shoulder for us.
come on my shoulder.
I only see top of his
Sit in
head.
bed.
Robert, will you please
You
come
only see-
forward closer
you
so
only
we
see
can
top of his
see you,
head.
please?
What do you mean you only see his head? Like this in body? Or...
See this above your shoulder? It looks like just like a wee archway, as if it's maybe his head.
Can you see it?
So
Can you see the shadow?
shoulder. Robert, please come forward and try and show yourself to us. No eyes can see you.
You see the wee orb?
You can see when wee things move about like shadowy, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not moving. There's nothing moving. My bedroom window's closed.
he's
The
there.
light's not moving.
Especially on the ceiling as well. You can see like the shadowy bits on the ceiling. It's weird. You can see he's maybe moving across the light. Thank you, Robert.
It's a shame I can't see him. I'm kind of annoyed, you know. Go and visit Sheriff and jump out in front of him when he's making his dinner.
Come visit me. Come visit me, Robert. I'll share my victim with you.
You've just got your brand new GoPro in for the post, Sheriff. The night vision.
By
one,
the
you stand
door,
and look at
maybe.
it, they'll jump out and they go, oops.
When you go to the battlefield, Robert will be there.
I honeybee. My house has got a ghost. This house has a ghost in it. What's it got? Beth. What's that, Beth? A residual haunting. Maybe that's Beth saying there's a residual haunting at that battlefield. What do you think?
Interesting.
It's either residual or a ghost loop.
Maybe party both. Party everything.
Shelley, you're welcome.
That's what most people think, that it's probably either residual or a ghost loop. I don't know.
You're welcome, Shelley. I mean,
Oh, she let her mum hear it, and her mum was greeting and things. She was
That's
really
what I do.
Honeybee.
you got the colour of her eyes spot on and everything.
Honeybee's wondering why you can't see the ghost. The reason you can't see the
I
ghost
actually
is
think
because you're not a medium.
Shoulder. Can I just a wee colour distortion? Because you've got the
See
blue.
right there, it's freezing.
Well, your camera's up higher than it usually is.
And he's moved. He's moved too.
There you go. Now
He moved too.
Go to your left just a little bit.
What?
Your left. Yes.
There.
Turn your camera just a little bit that way. Yes.
Towards your door.
No, there you go. There you go. Right there.
It's a stupid thing.
He's there.
There you go.
Hi, Robert. I'm Drew. I'm Chrissy's ghost hunting pal. You're welcome to come and talk through the spirit box
Aye,
sometime.
Go and visit Honeybee. He's wanting to see you. Honeybee will
I'll
just jump out any
decide,
time,
guys,
you know.
to see him. But if you look really close, you'll see like different wee fluctuations.
Sheriff is like me. Sheriff can't see him either. Can't you know, Sheriff?
I can't see
I'm
him.
answering the chat.
But you did
I see things sometimes. Like Beth, she had her camera on, and I actually saw the little boy spirit that's there with her. I actually saw him sit down and mash the cushions down when he sat down.
Wow.
So I did see that. I didn't see the actual apparition or anything, but I did see the cushions mashed down when he sat down on that chair.
Nope, you don't, Beth. You're right.
I must
You
have
don't
that.
have to be a medium to see
It's
spirits.
really dark
You just have to
shadow.
be open to it.
I know.
There's a dark shadow now
I know.
behind you, Chris.
I know.
The dark shadow.
Now I've got the other one.
The cat. That's the ginger one.
Is Sheriff Lunar? Is Sheriff getting any spirits run about him? I could never
What?
say.
Bye, except for the wee
He's
girl.
running away. He's running
Shelly,
away.
I try to be spot on. I'm not always. I won't ever say I'm 100% right.
If there is
Because you don't
one,
get stuff that comes in that's distorted, and you don't always get the truth, you know. And I try to be spot on as much as I can.
if there is one here, it'd be John Mosby.
Right. What is story told?
Because we ask questions through the spirit box, and he actually is my spirit guide.
Right. Maybe that's how you can draw it on the
He's
battle.
Sheriff's spirit guide.
So he's the one that points me in the directions of what I investigate in the battlefield.
Right.
There you go.
Makes a lot of
That's weird,
sense then, doesn't it?
That's weird that your spirit guide's an ex-soldier.
Mhm.
Because that's who my spirit guide's meant to be an ex-soldier too.
I don't know who mine is. You just want to tell me?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Mary. Luna.
What? Ask me what?
Do you sense who my spirit guide is, Mary?
No, you need to ask Sherry. She'd be the one to ask on that. Now, sometimes I can, but I'm not. I've seen yours, but they're not talking, so I don't. Danny or Sherry would be the one to. They're more clearer on that than I am.
I must admit she was very.
They helped me with mine. If I didn't figure my own out, you know, I knew I knew it was here,
Yeah.
and I knew that he was an elemental.
Right.
I must admit.
Mine is actually
grandmother.
Astro's great grandson.
That's right.
Maybe
And
great. I don't know. It's somewhere in there.
And Sherry's is Astro's daughter, I think.
Sherry's his Astro's daughter, and they're all related. Mine and theirs.
What's your cat's name, Sherry?
That's what I was just about to ask. What's the cat's name?
What's his name?
Dean.
He's a nice
Dean.
wee thing. What age is he?
I don't know how old he is. At least a couple of years.
Dean.
Maggie's.
Turn around here.
I do think too that yours is a family member
Oh, it's
of
gorgeous.
yours.
Hello, Dean.
Robert, he's still there. He's coming to see you tonight.
It's no camera
Honestly,
shy.
Honeybee.
You have a female that's there.
Who's that? Who's
That's
that?
cool.
Really?
Sorry,
I
guys.
know that Drew has a female that's there, and I do think that she's a family member.
Right?
And I think that she's part of your spirit guide.
Right.
You do, actually. And I think she's part of it.
Right.
But you also have, I believe you also have an elemental with you. I could be wrong. You need to ask Danny that, but I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right on that, but I'm just saying that I feel like you have an elemental there, and it's a earth.
You bake too much. Now go on.
Okay, well, I'll definitely ask Danny and Sherry if they can pick anything else.
Sherry was in here. I don't know if she still is or not, but
she'll probably get ready for a live.
She's probably getting
Sherry
something
live tonight.
No, she's here. She was getting something to eat. I think she's eating or something.
I'm not sure if she's gone live doing her music. She said she was going to do music every Saturday, but I'm not sure if she's up to it.
Honestly, honey,
I know, definitely ask them. I'll ask Danny and things as well if they can pick anything up.
Honestly, honeybee, I have to do this for you. Robert, if you're there, could you please go and visit my friend Honeybee?
Right. Go visit Honeybee
and watch him at night.
Go turn Honeybee's lights on and off.
Mm-hmm. You're going to see something there. I can guarantee it.
Just don't ask Danny to get Astro.
You may not see him there, but I'm telling you he's there. You can believe me or not, but I'm telling you Robert's there. I'm looking at him.
I believe you, Luna, because I know that you know things.
I believe you. Look, was you and Sherry predicted what my grandmother looked like? Go to doing a tea?
I did, yeah. Me and Sherry did.
Exactly what she looked like. I've got no photos anywhere.
Oh, did you do it earlier, Dobell?
I have no way of knowing that. I mean, I didn't know what she looked like. I ain't even been on your Facebook page, so I couldn't tell you what he was even on there. You know, people say, well, maybe it's on the Facebook page, maybe it's on this.
I know. That's what
let me tell you. I don't see
Hold on. You're like me though. You're never on Facebook.
Oh, don't
you see these things anyway?
How do we know he's Robert? Because he told us his name is Robert.
I said in the spirit box, guys.
Huh. And Danny said, and
Danny said his name's Robert too. So I took Danny's word for it.
Aye, definitely.
Don't you worry. I'm sure you'll get a visit one day, Honeybee.
He's welcome to visit me. I've never seen a spirit yet.
Yeah, you can only see the shape. I'm not saying I see him fully right now, but I have seen him fully. I can tell you exactly what he's wearing.
I want to find out where he's buried.
Oh, interesting, Chris. We could go visit his grave.
That's what I was thinking. Where do you think he's buried?
I did read him for Shelley. And
I had to go get on to the heathens.
She said I was spot on with it. I'm not going to say I'm always spot on because I'm not always 100%. Like I may get 90%, but.
But sometimes it's hard. It's obviously going to be hard to pick up.
Well, Chris was talking to Chris. Me and Sherry was in the chat we have, and we was talking the other day, and we was picking up stuff. Me and Sherry both was. Well, I was picking up Sherry's grandfather, and she was picking up his, but mine was getting interacted with both of them because I'm picking up things on both of them. So I'm like, I had to figure out who's who and what's what.
Who's. That must be quite hard to tell.
You get like that, you got to say, okay, does this go over here? Does this go over here? It's like. It's almost like playing a game, but it's not playing a game. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle. You have to figure it out because you only get like you get bits and pieces of stuff. Like you may get their hair color and then and you may get their eye color or you may get what they're wearing. It's crazy. You have to figure out which one it goes to and who's what.
You two described my grandmother to a T. First of all, you said she was short. She was really short. Second of all, you said she had a cardigan on with brooches. She wore a cardigan with brooches.
Yeah.
She had curly hair with big specs on.
Yep.
Well, there you
Sure,
go. Look
really.
at that.
I mean,
Yeah, I told him what his grandmother, because I've seen her. She's been there. She's been to your house. That's how come I knew. And then you're like, oh my God, that's my grandmother. And I've explained him to you what she looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been standing right there behind him.
see, the thing is, I've got two grandmothers. So what one is? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What yin is it? That's a hard one, isn't it? What yin is it?
Well, I mean, I didn't know she was
Two
your grandmother. I was
replacements.
telling you who she was. Then she was standing there. And then you said, that's my grandmother. And I said, yes, I believe she's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you have two. I mean, most everybody has two.
It makes you wonder how often she visits.
Obviously,
She visits you like 2-3 times a week.
Really?
She's there. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, she's there. She comes and she goes. She's not there. Like she'll stay for a while, like she'll stay all day and then she'll leave. And then, but she goes and sees your brother.
Huh?
I don't know if she does that. But she's with me. She's with you.
Maybe that's what that is.
She said that he needed her more than you do.
Who?
Your brother.
I've got two brothers. I've got an
Drew.
old one.
Drew.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook.
I drew my brother. He's a good drawer.
I don't know what's going on with him. It's none of my business. I could probably figure it out, but because I pick up things. But I'm just saying that she said that he needs her more than you do.
Right. He's not
It's maybe because I'm more aware of the afterlife now, and I know that I've got my friend Robert. Maybe.
You've got somebody there who watches over you, most definitely, yes. And
trying to enlighten you. She's trying to enlighten your brother.
Even though she watches over you too, she comes and goes. But I guess Drew needs. There's something going on with Drew right now that. How do I put this? There's something going on with Drew right now, mind-wise, that she feels like that she needs to be there.
Is something happened to his ex-girlfriend not long ago? But I better not talk about that.
No, don't talk about it.
Well, I'm just saying that I don't.
It's.
I could go into detail, but I don't, and I really don't just because it brings up people's lives, and I don't
even think
I don't know people's lives. I try not to.
Yeah, we played the Xbox tonight.
I can pick up things. All I had to do was see his name, and it started flooding.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your answer to that.
I thank you very much. I mean, it's quick. Here's a question for you.
Just like it, you put us to a big screen.
I try not to. I don't spread people's lives because, believe me, I can go extensively into somebody's life, and I don't do that.
Does Robert ever come with me when I say, "Do you want to go a walk with me?"
Does he what?
Does he come a walk with me when I ask him?
Oh yeah, he goes with you. He goes with you a lot of times. Well, the day everybody kept seeing the shadow behind you, it was him walking around. He stayed back. He stayed back and he was just looking around, exploring like he was. What's going on over where, Boomer? And it's just something that, he was kind of looking up, and he didn't want nobody to think. He knew that a few of us could see him. So he's playing like behind the trees, and he'd go in and out the trees, and I knew what he was doing.
I had the feeling somebody was with me the other day, but I was the only person within 2 miles, because I was in the middle of everywhere.
You try and ask
him. What are you talking about? What's going on over there?
I'll get him to come a ghost hunt with us one day.
Try and get him to talk on camera even when you're out at your wee walks in the woods, because we might hear him.
I tell you what, turn your box on and I'll get him to see if you come through.
While he's asleep.
Oh, all right.
Oh, you mean at your place?
Aye. Because let's face it, seemingly they can travel anywhere.
Oh, Boomer, I'd have to dwell in it. Let me think a minute.
Hey,
Robert
I seen something moving behind Sheriff when he was first live tonight. I didn't realise he had cats. I didn't want to see.
Lord, don't tell him too much. He'll freak out.
Do you want to draw a cigarette? Robert.
I don't think he likes cigarettes, Robert. I think he's made a pipe man myself. You know?
You never know. There's any spirits in the house he's wanting to draw the cigarette. It works for Danny, doesn't it?
My mind is open to the spirit world like you wouldn't believe now. I mean, this has opened me right up. And I bet it's the same for you, Sheriff. I bet after seeing the ghosts running about the cannons, you're like, it's so true.
Well, actually, I got when I got my first dose of it was when I saw that at Beth's house that day.
What did you see?
Mine was when the wee boy spirit touched my hand
boy,
at Carol Bridge.
Her little boy's spirit that she has there. I watched him actually press the cushion down when he sat down.
Right.
That's when I got my taste of it, and I was like, "Yep, I'm all about it now."
Well, it's a kind of relief off your shoulders because you can when you die.
The wee boy spirit, I heard these footsteps, and then I asked him to touch my hand. I've got on audio somewhere. I'll try and get it and put it up. And then it felt like velvet. It was as if somebody put like a bit of velvet across my hand. So that's how I knew it was definitely him. And then you heard the footsteps walk away again. I'll need to find the audio.
That video you showed, Mary, the other night, the one, is it like a ghost dog walking through the window? When you showed, what was it? Was it a cat? And it looked like it walks right through the window.
Oh, that was it. Misty's that door. Yeah, it was the dog. It was the ghost dog.
Aye. I was like,
Michelle, I dare say, I don't know how I'm going to react if I see a spirit. I might run. You never know. Nothing scared me as of yet, but I've not seen nothing scary as of yet, so I don't know. I might run. For all I know.
As I say, I'm
not scared to get
the
places.
Unless you encounter something bad.
I know.
See, like that old hospital where you stayed, Drew. That place is.
I was meant to get in there the night.
I mean, on my live, if you watch on my live that I did from the battlefield, you'll see me spin around in the live. Well, I mean, I was ready to start fighting.
Because you felt the energies.
And Mary and Beth both talked me down. Said, nope, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, that was going to be stupid on my part to try to fight something I can't see.
I know. But it's just the way because it gives you that energy as if it was like a normal person.
Yeah.
So you go back into human mode and want to fight. But we were going to go down last night because it was a nice night. But everybody's like, no, go down on Saturday night. And what happens?
I would love a look inside
it. Can't go down to Burtwood.
I would love a look inside that hospital.
Can't get in it, Chris. The guy says no chance. It's fallen down too much. They're just letting nature take its course and bring it down. That's how the minute that you step on the place, the security boys are out because they see that he sees you on the camera.
Is there any battlefields near you, Sheriff, that's like no looked after? It's just a field that you could go and try and experiment at, like maybe see if there's anybody there.
We could go to
there's all kinds of places around that were encampments and stuff like that actually are on people's property. So I mean, I've got actually a buddy of mine lives right behind the battlefield. So I mean, it's his house, the road, railroad track, road, the battlefield.
Does he get activity at his home?
I don't know. I haven't never asked him.
You asked him.
You should ask him.
Well, he's a young kid, so
No,
he's,
that scare him
he's
either. Then.
friends of my son. So if that tells you,
No,
See,
no,
it's
that
different.
scare him either.
See, it's different here in Scotland. You're allowed to go on Andy's land, and they can't touch you. There's no. It's if it's a house, you're not allowed to go in their garden, right? But see if it's a field, if it's anything like that, it's fine. You can even camp there.
Oh, did you, Dobby? That's interesting.
What's this Dobby's saying? Walking the dog in the field, I saw legs of what I think was a man.
No other part, just his leg.
Boomer, there's that your spirits are on edge. I think there's something else there. And I think they're trying to tell you that it's there, but I think it's got itself blocking you so you can't see it.
Right.
What is Boomer
See,
about spirits like?
the lonely
Let me find out, Boomer. If I find out, we're fixing to get rid of it.
Or has he
They're
got an
only
evil
going to
entity?
show if they want to be shown, aren't they? Really?
Has he got like an evil entity and it's just like Boomer? Has he got like an evil spirit?
I
Do you
think
feel anything there, Boomer, besides your spirits?
the notification came through. I think it is up.
Like a different energy? Because I'm getting that they're uptight about something.
Mm.
He's got Sarah, the one that I always say Sarah comes to your box too, comes through your ghost box too, Drew. Okay, that's his it's a someone, Boomer. It's a spirit. They're like you don't feel nothing different there. Okay. Anyway, I'm picking up there's something there that's blocking itself from you. So you don't know it's there.
It's just no what you know it's there.
Yeah, he knows something's up or he wouldn't have asked, right, Beth? I agree. We'll get it figured out between now and tonight, Boomer.
Why would the spirit hide themselves? Is it because of
They can flip
Raglan?
themselves, or they can
Lots of reasons.
they can block you. They can block your.
Wanting your energy, even they could just be wanting your
Boomer's
energy.
pretty intuitive, let me tell you. Boomer's like I am. For anybody
Oh,
who
right.
doesn't know that.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
very much so. Our gifts are a lot alike. Very.
I didn't realise that Big Boomer had a gift as well. Interesting.
He only feel the human spirits, not who is who. Okay. So you don't feel a different human spirit there? Then it may not be human. It may be something else. But I'm telling you, there's something there.
So you've gone live tonight, Luna?
Yeah,
Or
well,
he's doing it
I
privately?
really don't know. I think Boomer's gonna. I think
He's doing
he's
it
gonna
private?
he needs to be on D Live. I think we're gonna
Right.
try out Beth's. We're gonna try out the Zoom. Are we gonna try that out, Boomer? Try out the Zoom and get it set because he's gonna have a birthday thing for his birthday on the
Right.
14th, I think. 14th or 16th, I can't remember. He
I think
can
it's the
say
16th.
that.
I think it's
And
the 16th.
and he's going to see how many people. And Chris, he put in the chat that you're more than welcome to be there. And Drew, I'm sure he won't care if you're there either.
Right, cool.
And be on panel with all of us because Zoom you can get up to 100 people, I think.
Right.
My
I'll need
God.
to download that then. Zoom.
It's for his birthday. It's a birthday bash, and
That's interesting. It's like a virtual birthday party.
Don't worry.
I think he's going to do
Robert
that.
Kelly,
And if he doesn't, yes, I'm going to go live. But if he goes live, I'm going to his.
Right.
So.
And what's that called
It's
again?
up to him.
Zoomer.
Just that be interesting if you're trying to figure out what's in his home tonight. I'd like to
Well,
see that.
there's something that's bothering them, Boomer. We're going to have to get to the bottom of it because whatever it is, if it's bothering them, it's definitely going to bother you.
So it's bothering the normal
So
spirits.
the other spirits are used to other spirits coming and going at his house
Right.
because
But they're no liking this new thing.
so they're used to that, but they're uptight about something because
Right.
if who's feeling it, then and if I'm picking it up and I don't even live close to him,
Right. So it's definitely something that's annoying the
then there's
spirits.
something there that's bothering him.
How do you get rid of it? Let's face it.
It'd be
I
like
listened, Sherry. I listened to it back. Sherry.
If it is a demon or something like that.
have you guys got D Live?
I've got
Yeah.
D-Live.
do.
I'll download it.
Do you?
No, but I'll download it.
I've got it.
I'll download it after. But if it's a demon, how do you get rid of it?
It might not be a demon. It might just be
Well,
a bad
if it's bad enough, we'll have to probably have to call Danny in, on it. But I don't think it's that bad. I think it's
probably some
think
trying
just I think it's mischievous, and I think it's doing it because
It wants to.
it knows that he will know he's there, and it's a he. I just picked up on a he.
Might be a trickster.
Just try.
I just think that yeah, before it causes too much havoc. Sarah's not liking it at all.
You Boomer D on D Live. You still Boomer D on D Live.
He is
Boomer being real.
Boomer being real. Let me drop his link for you guys.
Aye,
I'll
that'd be
I'll have to go get it. Hang on. I'll be live. I'll have to go get it.
I just seen the outline. I just seen the outline of a man standing there.
I'm Scottish after my piggies. Oh, interesting. That'd be nice
That's
to
weird,
hear
that.
it.
Strange.
I'll probably make a playlist of all your music for when I'm reading. I like
I'll
to
listen to your music
listen
after.
to that music when I'm reading. And I've been reading a lot, you know.
When I get my migraines, I listen to a lot of that kind of music because I find it relaxing.
Relaxes you, right?
It's what's that?
That's what I do over on D Live. I play music.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll come in and listen to these. I'll
Okay.
So
subscribe to
you're
all
still
you.
Sheriff on D Live. You still
It's
Sheriff?
it's Buford dash
Yeah.
T
I think
dash
I've
Cleveland.
added you.
Yeah, you've already friended me.
Yeah, I think I did. Mhm.
I've noticed on YouTube if you post, let's see, you get StreamYard Unlimited, and you stream music 24/7, and see the amount of subscribers you get for that. Wow! There was a guy started off 2 days ago, and he started at 10 subscribers. He's now got 3,600. And he's been streaming
For
for
doing
3
what,
days.
but
Just playing music, relaxing music.
There you go. I put Boomer's link for his D Live.
thanks
For everybody
for
wants that. There it is.
disappears.
I'm just clicking on it in a minute.
Beth put it too,
Aye.
so can't miss it.
In case it disappears.
So, okay. You're currently using a mobile.
So are we going live tonight, Boomer? Like after this, or what?
Use the one that Beth put in.
One that Beth put in it. Where are we, Beth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you may have to reconsider that, Boomer. I agree.
No, I
You're,
found it. That's him there, isn't it?
That's D Live.
That's it.
Bloody what?
Subscribe.
Do you want mine so you guys can find it?
I'm just going to create a quick account.
But I think
2
I've
seconds.
already subscribed to you when we're on your D Live.
I think you are, but I think Chris and everybody else needs it. So hang on. Let me go get
Right.
mine. Let's see.
Cool.
No, not live. Okay. He's not going to go live tonight, but he is for his birthday, you guys.
Right, no bother. Just
I went live. I was live on D Live the night before last for like 7 hours, 8 hours, something like that.
Oh,
8 hours,
I
I think.
keep forgetting all about it. I keep forgetting about that place.
Okay, here's
I
my
was-
D Live, you guys. Sheriff, you want me to get yours?
I've got it. I've just got to get over there to YouTube and put it in.
All right. Let me get Summer. It's Beth is called Summer Breeze over there, in case anybody wants to know.
Summer Breeze. I did, the way I got you the last time was I just kept adding all your friends. I clicked on the link and now log in. So I don't need to log in. Okay.
There's Beth. All right, Boomer.
I'm just creating an account now. Just be a sec, guys.
Oh, I'm not a mod over here. I can't. Well, I can post it, but it won't do any good.
Remember, tell Sarah to calm down and quit pacing the floor.
There's my D Live.
Tell her it'll be all right. We'll take care of it. All right, let's see. Who else? Who else would you guys want to know what's over there? Drew, you want me to drop yours? Let me go find you.
Yeah, yes, please.
All right, let me find you first.
That's it there, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Subscribe.
So actually log into it now.
Thank you, Beth.
What's this stuff with lemons?
Log in.
All right, Drew. How do you go? What do you go by over there? How do you do it?
Who else is right? Let's see who else is in the chat.
I've got you, but I gotta
50
find you. That's the
touches.
problem. Hang on, let me see. If
I don't know what's going on here. It's not even letting me log in for some reason.
Go that way. Hang on.
Right, log in with YouTube. Right, try to log in with YouTube. I think that was the way to do
All right,
it.
hang on. I'll get you. Just gotta go in here and find you.
Just getting the Beaufort. I had to
I don't
create an
know if I did
account.
it my YouTube name or my log in. Just do
Let's see.
log
And then I'll
in.
need
Facebook. I'll try Facebook. Try
I'm
logging
looking
in
for
with
you. I'll
Facebook.
find you. Hang on.
right, who's next? Just lunar eclipse there. I just need the lunar eclipse in this wee jamming.
Maybe no my Drew's paranormal vlog I used. I maybe used a
I
different.
used something else as a stupid name.
I think I did a
It
stupid.
wouldn't work. The Age of Darkness
I
window.
think
The
I
Age of
used
Darkness window
Grand
works.
666 or something stupid.
Yeah, you did put 666. Yeah, you can change that, Drew.
Was it? I'll go in and change it once I figure it out again. I'll just log in as Grand
I got it.
666.
I got it though. Here's Drew's, everybody.
Right,
I'm
log
going to sound stupid here, guys, but I don't care what I'm called.
Drew's D Live. Sorry, I put the first. Anyway, here it is. That's Drew's D Live. Let's see.
Profile.
Who else you want? You want anybody else's? I give you sheriffs. I give you boomers. Mine. Trying to think of who else over here that you guys would know, so you can get your list made up. You know, going at them. You know, you get monetized over there immediately. You know that, right?
Didn't know that.
You do lives over there. Let me explain it to you. And if I get it wrong, I can tell you that Boomer and Beth know a lot more of it than I do. But anyway, your lemons are worth money. No matter how many lemons you start off with lemons, You start getting lemons. They're all worth money. You can cash them in every 2 weeks. You have to have so many, I think, to cash them in, but they send you a check. You get to 200 people and you do 3 lives up to 8 hours. You do 3 lives, and you have to fill out your about page. You need to do that and all that for your channel and stuff. Right. You do 3 lives and
that's me, baby.
200 people, and you get an affiliate. Then you can apply for your affiliate for there.
How do you share your link on this?
But you're automatically monetized because of the lemons. But and anybody in chat that gets lemons, give to them, or they collect up lemons because you have a treasure chest on there, and you can Age of Darkness 2020. Is that who you are?
That's me.
Well, if you go to my channel and add me, I'll add you right back. Anyway,
is the link there for it? Is it in here?
Honeybee, no. I do sometimes. If you go to my channel, there is times that I have put the camera on. I haven't for a while now because I'm not the best of health, Honeybee. So I don't always look great. So I'm self-conscious. So I haven't put my camera on in a while. If you go to my channel, look back at my lives, you'll see where I was live and where I was on. Anyway, if you want to know what I look like, then that's how you know. I eventually will put my camera back on, but right now,
just need to find Luna. We just need to find Luna. You're the last person I need to find. I'm in the chat now.
Do what?
I'm just looking for your account. Just a sec. D-Live, yeah. No, that's Drew's. Wrong line.
Cool. Trying to see if there's anybody else in here you guys would want. Yeah, you're gonna want Misty Mountain. Where's she at? She's in here somewhere. And I think Sherry, do you have D-Live? I don't know if Sherry has D-Live or not. I think she does. I think she's. I actually think she's sub to me actually.
I'm just subscribing to everybody.
Maybe not. I don't know. Can't remember.
Just need to find.
Let's see. Oh, I'm on yours. You know what I want? Want my channel. Why can't I find anybody?
Because we can't find.
There we go.
All right, let's see.
Right, I followed you, Luna.
Okay. I'll get you back here in just a second.
So I've got everything now. I'll need to try a live one here. I've got everybody's nearly except for.
Okay. Do you pay for StreamYard?
Me? No, I've got the free version now.
Okay. I was gonna say if you paid for it, then you'd be able to go live through StreamYard on the D-Live.
Really? Right.
Yeah, and you're automatic. Like I said, you're automatically monetized, Chris. I mean, once you start gathering up lemons and stuff, and lemons are worth money. And
I think it's 4,250 you have to have before you can cash out.
I don't know. You have to ask Boomer. He's been on way longer than I have.
I think it's something like that. 4,250 lemons, and then you can cash out.
Looking to see if there's anybody else that you guys know that I know that you'd want to know. Let's see. Because their names, a lot of the names are not the same on here as they are on. Okay, like Danny's. Here, I'll put Danny's. His is under sea bass over here, not. Okay, let me put Danny's channel.
I didn't even get a notification for Chris.
It says
But
I've announced up to you, though.
I didn't even get it.
I didn't know that he went live.
I didn't get a notification for it, but I see you in the followers, so I followed you back.
Yeah, Boomer says you got to have 4,250 lemons, and then you can cash them in.
I thought that's what I remembered you said.
And 4,250 lemons equals $50. It's $1 for transfer. But I can tell you that will add up quick, a lot quicker than you think it will.
Where do you fund your
Right now I'm sitting at 673.50.
I got
That's what my available balance is.
I got 700 some lemons, I think. 700 something.
Where do you fund it about? Where do you go into here? Sentence clip. Oh, get lemons. Oh, you can buy lemons.
Okay, let's see. Who else do I want?
Good God, it's $100 for 6,000 lemons.
You'll get there quicker than you think you will.
I'll get the StreamYard Pro soon, and then I'll.
We're gonna fight, dude.
I'm going to be doing a giveaway anyway soon. I've got. Oh Christ, they're there. I was going to be doing these away. I found them the other day. Crystals. Yeah. I was going to give them away. I'll maybe do that on Wednesday. I'll pick somebody out the chat and give these away.
There's Misty Mountain.
Following Patrick.
Here we go.
Should be live.
These crystals, guys, I'm going to give them away on Wednesday when I go live to somebody in the chat.
Now, you don't have to buy them. Well, I was telling you, everybody has a treasure chest. And if they open that chest, you can go and click on that where that says, where you can get the lemons when they open that chest. And you keep clicking on that, and you keep clicking, and you add, and you start getting lemons out of their treasure chest. And
that's a nice one.
You can get way up there. It depends on how many lemons they got in there and how fast you are at snagging them.
That's Brazilian tourmaline.
Bet you haven't got one of these.
All of these that you see, I actually mined.
Huh?
Yeah. These are my favorites right here.
Yeah, I didn't realise I had the app for this. There you go. I've got the app. Well, that's nice.
Well, if I can get it to focus. There we go. That's emerald.
There's an app, Drew, by the way, for DLive.
That's an actual emerald.
Can I get it for the desktop?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of desktop you have. Does it take apps?
You will see one.
I
in the Google Play.
I found that one in the.
I know what I'll do. I'll just save it as on screen.
That's cool.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
It's Honeybee. It's called DLive. I'll send you the link after. My
Can
D
Big
Live,
Market to come up
my D Live is Age of Darkness, all one word,
YouTube.
Hang on,
2020.
I'll get it for him. I just got you.
Well, that's nice for start.
That's
Well,
a garnet.
Did
Is it?
you say you
Yeah.
added me, Chris?
I said I followed you because I didn't have any lemons.
What's the name of yours?
It's Age of Darkness, all one word, 2020.
It's not showing up.
Is there? I've got 1 followers and 6 followings. I'll figure it out after I put it on my iPad. Good night. Good night, Michelle. Have a nice night.
Okay. More.
Oh, that's nice for start.
Amethyst.
What's that?
Amethyst.
Is that what that,
Yeah.
is that what that is? That's nice, that.
There you
I like
go.
that.
Saved that the bookmark, so I should get on it and bother me.
That's
And
quite
they're all-
nice.
And they're all natural too. You know,
There we
no
go.
polish, no nothing, just straight out of the ground.
An Age of Darkness without no. There's another Age of Darkness on here. Don't have 2020 behind it.
But there's my big
No,
amethyst.
it's Age of
That's
Darkness, then
nice.
it's 2020 at the end.
Nice one.
Like that. Any of that stuff? Seen that stuff?
I ain't never seen that. What is that?
At the moment, it's that one. I bought my witchy box last month. It's got like
Yeah.
spark. I can't even remember what it's called. I'm terrible for the
It's-
name.
It's got a unique smell to it. I
favourite
think
one,
it's
yeah.
meant to be. It's meant
I think
to
it's
be.
because it's my colour of blue. Sorry, Chris.
To tell you the honest truth, I do not have a clue what it is. Somebody told me it was silver ore.
Here's Chris's.
It kind of looks like mica.
Aye.
There you go. If anybody needs it, there it is. That's Chris's.
Chrissy's.
There you go, Beth. There it is.
I've got loads of different ones. Piece of
Good night, Sherwa. Oh,
That's
you
good
wait,
having,
watch
isn't
my witchy reveal. Sorry it goes for so long. I ended up bringing out half my stuff in my drawer to show you.
I'll be going off in about 5 minutes, but that's a better one. See ya. Shows you all the different layers.
You've got quite a few then.
Oh, I've got hers.
Get to the top of your like Chris After. Just about a half hour to 5 past that. So.
There's actually 2 of them, and you have to make sure you got the 2020 to get the right one. You sure you haven't signed it before, Drew?
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
Drew,
that's
but
it.
Oh, Drew's away. Just press the wrong button. It's got a weird smell about it. It smells like sulphur.
really.
Well, that's nice. What's that?
That's a ruby.
Is it? How much is it worth?
Once you have them cut and faceted, that's when their actual worth comes out. Emeralds is it costs you $45 per carat.
Right.
Yeah,
So it depends
because
on how
it's
many carats there is.
because they're so hard. They're like diamonds, are real hard, and you can mess them up real easy. So it costs you more money to actually get those cut. This is what everybody likes right here.
Garnet.
Nope.
Oh crap! Garnet's my favorite.
Well, that's nice. Is that diamond?
Smoky quartz. And let's see, I got one more. This one, you won't be able to tell what it is because it looks like a regular rock.
Meteorite.
Sapphire.
That's nice.
Oh, sapphire.
I've got a nice bit of ruby here.
I like rubies and garnets.
It's
Okay, what I
a
found.
Yep.
You ever find a amber?
natural ruby. It's not
Thank you,
shiny
Dobby.
up or anything. It's a
That's
rough
worth
ruby.
money.
They're expensive. I'm surprised I got as big as that. My witchy box.
Oh, wait, I've got other Give us a sec.
Well, every one of those that I've
Good night,
just showed,
Sheila.
I dug myself.
That's
So it's on.
right.
It's only cost me my gas money and my manpower to do it.
I'll go all about this one.
Cool, that's nice. I often wonder where you find these things. See, like when you see like the amethyst and everything, where do you find all that?
We gotta-
Is it under?
Right.
Is it under the water?
There's
Is
that.
it in like
that.
mountains?
Yeah, Sheriff.
It's in the dirt.
Right, Sheriff. What
So
do
you could
suggest?
basically
Right,
just
look at that,
dig somewhere and find them. See, what's that
Well,
you've got?
that's a geode. I know what that is.
yeah.
And it looks like it's got pieces of amethyst in it.
Where'd you find that?
Can't tell you. It's a secret.
But yeah,
I
geodes,
don't
man,
know
they actually have a mine that's not real far off from me that you can go and collect the actual whole geodes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Somebody gave me it as a present.
That's
One that you hit open with a hammer, isn't it? You find like
actually those they actually have a thing that it's like a jack, and you jack it and it'll crack it.
Pops open.
right.
It'll crack it and bust it open, so it's all natural instead of being sawed into. But I like the ones that's been sawed because it gives that polish around the edge.
Right, you can see the actual effect better.
Yeah,
Right.
it's got all kinds of stuff in it. Not only amethyst, but it's got some other stuff in there too.
It's one of the things you could just sit and look at for hours because it just all sparkles and sparkles. Look at it, it's all purple, then it goes blue, then it goes silver. Look, that's really nice. Very
Yellow.
interesting. Be nice if you could put a light under it and then just you know what I mean?
I can shade a light in there, but I don't know if you can. But this is going to work. It's
And you'll see it all shiny. Oh, maybe not. No, maybe no is
Yeah.
good. So it doesn't do it's good.
that is the best. This one here that I found.
Aye,
This
that
is-
one's the best, you know, that's for
See,
sure.
if you go like that, watch.
Aye, it goes orange. I see that
Yeah.
mesmerises me how it does the orange. It's like something out of outer space.
Dropped it like that.
Look at that
Right.
cat.
Aye. Listen, I'm going to end the live stream, you guys, because I need to go
No
to bed.
bothers,
There's stuff
Christopher.
I need to do tomorrow. Thanks for coming on, Sheriff. Thanks for coming on, Luna.
Appreciate you
and
having me.
GT Drew.
You're welcome.
It was a good night. We could compare
No
our
bother.
rocks.
You coming on with me Monday
Aye,
to interview that new group?
Aye.
Bit of fun. They're really interesting, they're Irish boys, they're really good to talk to.
Night, everybody.
Remember, everybody, if somebody don't have a smile, please give them one and make their day.
Excellent advice, Sheriff. Excellent advice.